welcome to San Francisco Uncorked. I'm your host, John Lewis, and I am featuring a special guest today, a performer who I've seen around town in many venues throughout San Francisco's wonderful, colorful drag community. Before we get started, I wanted to talk a little bit about this being a monumental day, not only, of course, for you, Florence Nightingale, being on Uncorked, which is, newsworthy in itself, but also there was a little known law that passed today. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Oh, that little thing?
Yeah, that little thing.
That little thing? Waking up this morning and finding out that gay marriage is actually now legal in all 50 states. So the Supreme Court finally made their...
Finally,
after teasing for so long.
Oh, gosh, that was incredible. I think it was very, very appropriate to have you on the show because you were married here in San Francisco at Cocktail Gate in a truck. And so it resonated very strongly with you.
Yeah, I woke up, I went to Facebook, saw the feed, texted my husband immediately and was like, oh my God, and then just burst into tears.
Fantastic.
For a half an hour.
Excellent. Well, we have a lot to talk about today. I know you gave us some very special photos, a select choice of photos. We're going to try to get through them all. I mentioned Cocktail Gate. Where else have you performed in the city? Where have you not performed? That's a smaller list.
Let's see. Started out like places like Deco Lounge, the Cafe. Performed with Monster Show, both at Midnight Sun and The Edge. Mother at Oasis. Oddly enough, once at Powerhouse, who doesn't really have a performance venue. But I mean, they do shows there as well. So I mean, all over the place,
And what brought you to San Francisco, assuming you're not originally from San Francisco?
No, I'm originally from Sacramento.
Okay, so not too far away.
Well, do you want the real story, or what I just tell people as a joke?
I want both versions. Both versions.
I always tell people, I'm like, well, I had to move out of San Francisco. I was out of Sacramento because I had slept with everybody.
Well, that's a valid reason.
I was like, oh, okay, I can see that.
Fresh meat.
But no, it was actually, I needed to see what else was out there. I needed to get some wings, basically.
Well, so many people that I featured on the show or know in the community are from Sacramento. Nick Candido, who was my first guest, is from Sacramento. Were you friends with Nick Candido?
We met when I was a makeup consultant for a show that he did in Sacramento about 8 years ago.
Nick Candido was in theater. He was a theater kid, and the next best community to work with is, of course, the drag community because it is theater. Yeah. So.
Well, it was when drag and theater combined. It was for La Cage. That's how we met.
Perfect. Well, I'm going to show some photos, and I have a couple of video clips if we have time. But tell me about this first. I think we all know who that is. But first of all, this photo is by Asia Hassan, who's done wonderful.
Oh, she's amazing.
Photos.
She's amazing. She's made me look good on so many days when I felt terrible. This was from our this is actually my birthday show. This is my birthday. It was my 41st birthday, and we did a photo shoot of the Addams family, the Madams family, for Cocktail Gate. And then as soon as we post the photos, people started hitting us going, "When's the show? When's the show? When's the show?" So we had to kind of scramble, and we actually ended up doing it for my birthday. So it was Love and the Madams family, and I was obviously Fester.
Fester, of course. Wonderful that you brought all these photos, because every time I see you, it's like you're a spitting image of this person, you're a spitting image of that person. It's like you're like, that is your character, that is what you're meant to be. But obviously you really did, and that was I was at that show taking photographs, and that was a wonderful show.
Yeah, it's funny because I have no acting background at all. Okay,
so let's go to number 2. Where's this taken?
This is also, I think most of these are Cocktail Gate.
Yeah, of course.
This one is, this was from our fairy tale night that we did or something like that. And I was Elsa from Frozen. Of course, I did the song Let It Go.
A spitting image.
Yeah, I did the song Let It Go, and then I cut a bunch of farting noises into the song.
I see.
Because, I couldn't do a straight Disney song.
No. There had to be you had to really up your game.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only way
everybody's done Elsa. So many queens have done Elsa that I'm like, had to put a spin on it. So I made her a little bit more creepy and a little bit dirty.
Okay, this one is a group photo.
Yeah.
Can you tell? Well, there's Nick Candido on the left. Suppository Spelling, of course, who is like the dame of Cocktail Gate.
Yeah, the Madame.
Yes, the Madame. I know who all these people are, but
so
what was the occasion
Nick,
here?
Spaz, myself, Rita Dambook, Laundra Time, and Johnny Rocket. And this was actually right after Cocktail Gate. This is our sister show, Go Bang. So lots of times when Go Bang, it's a monthly show over at the Stud, we would go from our show, we would promote their show during our show, and then we go over to, and we basically drink and party with them until 3 or 4 in the morning. Yeah, it was such a great night. Like all the looks we all pulled out were just, well, except for Nick.
Spectacular. That's a very, very impressive group.
No, it is. It's a really beautiful shot.
Yeah, I don't remember this
I
one.
don't remember what this theme is. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but I was the only one that wasn't wearing the stripes. Like everybody else knew to wear black and white stripes except me. Nobody told me.
Well, you somehow fit in a strange way. I think it's the glasses that make you
Yeah,
stand out.
it's the gray and white hair.
Okay, now this one, oh, I know what this one is. This one is, oh, this is the last night.
This was the quote unquote last Cocktail Gate.
This is the last night after the last night.
This is the last night before the last night.
Oh,
Mad Max
before
was the last night. This was the one before that.
Oh, okay.
It's like a sheriff concert.
Oh, now this is one that's very near and dear to my heart.
Yes, this is how we met, actually.
Yes.
This is the photo that brought me and you together.
I talked about this exact photo because Nick Candido and Asia Hassan worked on this photo together, and I purchased it at Cafe International.
Yep, I was the first one to sell.
Before the show opened.
Yeah, before like
I saw this photograph and I had to have it. There were so many spectacular things about it because of the quality of the photograph, and it reminded me very much, as I mentioned before, of the late performer Divine, John Waters.
Yes.
And you do have a little bit of Divine in you in some of the.
I actually have Divine on me.
Yeah?
I have 2 Divine tattoos.
Oh, do you have anything to show?
Well, I have the one, it's out of drag, but it's a little one on my arm here
that's nice.
of Glenn Milstead. But my back is actually, at one side of my back is a full body of Divine from Female Trouble.
Divine will never, ever go out as a fine investment there, for
No.
sure. Okay. Oh, I love this one.
The Demon. Yeah. He's a cuddly. Oh my God! I have the same hair color right now.
What do you? This could have been done.
This could have been done like an hour ago. Yeah.
So, what was the theme of this show?
Honestly, I've done this character about 6 times now, so I don't remember what show this is because I've done him like 2 or 3 times at Cocktail Gate.
Oh, beautiful lighting again.
Now this one, I know exactly what theme this is. This is Under the She. So it was all aquatic and mermaids and things like that. So I was Ursula in this one.
Oh, this must have
This
been.
is my demonic take on Ursula, and this is our wedding.
Oh yeah, Dakota Pendant.
Yes,
On the right, and Johnny Rocket
was our minister.
Is your minister?
I was given away by Suppository Spelling that night.
Oh, that wonderful.
And actually, oddly enough, our wedding, it was Addams Family themed because we had 2 weddings. So we had a boy wedding, and then our drag wedding.
Okay.
And they both were Addams Family themed. But little side note about the wedding is that as far as we know, Johnny Rocket researched it, Spaz researched it. Me and Dakota are the first legally married drag couple of California.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We were the first 2 to
And
actually
let's take
perform
one
in drag
more look
couple.
at that photograph because you'll see that maybe one day in the history books when
Possibly,
our children are reading about
once
it.
they re-edit the history books.
Yeah, they do that all the time. Don't worry, it'll get in there someday. Oh, is that a Stooge character?
That's the Penguin.
Oh, the Penguin. Okay.
That's the Penguin from Batman Returns. That was my childhood hero, straight from the movie.
Now, who's a photographer here? Who is Sepp?
I don't know who that was. That was
Shout out to Sepp. And Johnny Rocket, of course, is
He's Catwoman,
Mr.
but he's
S.
actually a clothing designer specifically with rubber.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
his
black
stuff is
latex. He's
his-
always wearing latex, and it always looks great.
rubber.
On him. Well, rubber.
There's a difference between latex and rubber.
What's the
And
difference?
I don't know, but he's corrected me. I've made this mistake in front of him, and I was corrected very quickly.
Well, latex is a lot of people have allergic reactions to.
Yeah,
Rubber,
and
they
rubber.
don't have.
Yeah, and
allergic
he works in
reactions.
rubber.
Oh, this is great.
This
This
is
is wonderful.
This is the Penguin again, obviously, on this one.
What
Yeah.
are you eating there? A penguin?
That was blue food coloring, which I thought would be a really good idea to do the look from the movie where he's got like the blackish blue fluid that he always spits out in the
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
And the only bad part to this was that I had like bluish green teal teeth for like about 4 days. I would have to explain to my clients when I smiled why I had such funky colored teeth.
You wear it very well, actually. I think it's a good
Thank you.
look for you to go
Thank
out.
you.
and
To be honest,
jealous.
when people are attracted to me when I'm performing, I'm always disturbed. I always look at them, I'm like, I'm not pretty, you're sick.
No, it's not about beauty anymore. It's about
No, it definitely is
personality.
not.
Okay, as you know, I'm a videographer and I work in the
Mm-hmm.
drag community, and I volunteer sometimes, and I was fortunate enough to shoot one of your shows
Yeah.
at the Stud Bar
Yes.
called Pole Sexual,
Yes.
which was a pole dancing show. I was like shooting. Oh, I guess it's sort of a free for all, like a guest. Anyone can come in and pole dance, and they were really good.
Yeah,
and so I
they
shot
were.
for an hour. And so what happened was, I had just bought that camera. I was breaking it in, and the battery was like near death, and I was about to leave, and then you approached me at the club and said, like, "Where are you going?" I thought the show hasn't started yet. So I was like,
That was the warm-up.
Okay. So I went back in and shot a couple. I had enough for 4 pieces.
Yeah.
You're going to see one of them, actually. Ismael Acosta.
This guy, Ismail,
Okay. So I'm going to start playing.
never doesn't blow my mind. Yeah. And the
Is it
guy,
okay to show butt on this channel? Okay.
yeah, and the guy in the background that was there at the beginning of this is actually the DJ from Go Bang.
Well,
He's our resident DJ now. He said he loves doing the show.
so I'm going to jump ahead to where he's actually on the pole.
Yeah, because he does it.
Because he does this whole prelude, which is very sexy, but
Yeah, he does a
let's
beautiful
go to
build-up.
the pole. Okay, he's making his way to the
He's
pole.
on his way. Half his performance is on that stage.
Yep. So he's getting the pole, and eventually he does touch the pole.
There.
Okay, now he's touching the pole. Then he shows off his flexibility and his jockstrap, of course.
So my friend Emma Peel walked in during this number,
Uh-huh.
and she'd had a couple drinks, and she said she had to stand there and watch for a couple minutes before she could figure out what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
She was like, "Wait, there's legs and a foot and a hand and a head." She was really confused.
So he's actually quite good on the pole. If I could just get him on the pole side.
He's a dancer.
Uh-huh.
He's a pole dancer. He's a costume designer.
Professionally.
Yeah, professionally. He's a body painter. He's just like what you would call like an all-around artist in every way.
I like how his hand in that position is
This was the
very
position he was
tactfully-
in when Emma walked in and was like, "What am I looking at exactly?"
Wow. He was fabulous.
Yeah.
I hope he got a few dollars out of that.
He actually made a pretty good amount of money that night. we
That
have
was
we
my-
have our second show on July 5th, actually, so in about a week.
Well, I promised to bring batteries for that show, an extra
Please,
battery.
please.
And get
And-
all the performances.
And this time we're also going to have musical cues so people know when the show starts.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're going to have the first show, which is going to be called The Tease,
Uh-huh.
and the second show is going to be The Reveal.
Excellent.
Honestly, probably the one place that I'll probably start performing at on a regular basis will be Mother at the Oasis
Mm-hmm.
on Saturday nights. So that'll probably be my new home, I'm thinking.
There's got to be a new show to take the place of Cocktailgate, but I don't know what that is, and it's not going to be anytime soon. You know, it was a really tight knit group of people.
Well, I mean,
Foster,
Rita, and Johnny, all three of them.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, for us, Cocktailgate went from being a drag show that we all performed in to we're family.
Yeah.
And that's how we see it.
I love that. I was so inspired.
Those are my sisters.
I was so inspired after watching several shows that I decided to do drag recently myself.
I heard.
At Aunt Shirley.
I heard
Slouch.
that
And
you
I'm going
finally
to do another.
you finally busted your drag cherry.
I know.
It's addictive. It's an
fun. I
expensive
figured
hobby.
If I'm going to interview drag queens, I have to do it. I have to
Yep.
practice what I preach.
Walk the walk.
Thank you so much for being on the
Thank
show.
you.
Florence Frightingale, fabulous performer. I'm very lucky to have you on the show.
Thank you. I was happy to be here.
All